Hiya, welcome, Heimir and Maria.
Thank you.
Your recent collaboration has been very fruitful in the form of audio-visual project. Can you tell me a little bit more about how this came about? Who called whom, and how your collaboration started?
Yeah, so Amiina is releasing actually today a new record called Pharology, which started out when we got a commission to make an art piece in a lighthouse in Denmark for an art festival. So the 3 songs, it's a small record, it's an EP. So the 3 songs are almost like a journey, because it was almost like an art installation. And we really wanted to have a nice video for at least one of the tracks. And when we were just bouncing around ideas about who might be good for it and what sort of visuals we would like to have, Heimir came to mind, and I think it was Kippi that suggested Heimir, since they know each other. And he knew of the kind of direction he has been taking his visual arts into, and it kind of seemed like a good idea to try it out. And Kippi called Heimir, and Heimir can explain the conversation they had. It was pretty open, I have to say. It was just like, hey, how are you? You do nice stuff. We'd like to try and collaborate, and yeah.
Yeah, it was really, in the beginning I was supposed to make just one video, but then I listened to the whole record, and then I said, we have to do just a long video piece for the whole record, because it's like a whole piece that fits perfectly together. So, and I've been a Amiina fan for many years and used the music as an inspiration for my stuff. So it was just a perfect match, I think.
Okay. And did they have any ideas about what they wanted?
I kind of got just
free range,
total artistic freedom, which was such a great thing. So it was just a brilliant collaboration for me. So so it was just I think the best thing for me, like for an artist to get an artistic freedom to work with it, and it was a great thing.
Is the video material that the video that you created for the EP, which this record is in essence,
yes.
Are you using this video material for live performances as well, Maria?
That's the plan. When we finally go back on tour, it would be great to be able to use it as visual background material as we play. We haven't tried it out yet, but it's also the 3 songs. They're quite different in atmosphere. So the first song is called Aton, which is in Pharology language, which is like lighthouse science. Pharology means lighthouse science. Aton is what is it? Attention on it. At least it's like a SOS call. So it's quite aggressive and tense and more rough than the other 2 tracks. And the middle track is more like it's much more ambient and like, you know, when you've been out on rough seas and almost, you know, drowned, then you wash up on the shore and you just like have a moment to know which deserted island you've actually landed on.
Yeah.
And the third track is more like a homecoming. It's called Beacon, which is the tower.
Yeah.
And it's more like a song. And I think it's really nice how this journey, even though it wasn't conceptually thought of as, exactly this, the visuals, they really underline the emotions in the music and expand it, so it becomes almost like a three-dimensional rather than a stereo mix. It becomes like a three-dimensional thing. So yeah, it's really amazing, and somehow it makes new connections. For example, in the middle track, which is the ambient one, and Heimir's visuals, they can be interpreted in even though they're actually microscopic things happening on a microscopic level, but when blown up, you can think of yourself as in space, or seeing the glaciers melt, or they actually seem like very large things, which is also, it's dimensions within dimensions, which is super nice.
Micro to the macro.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Now I've been sort of learning I had to do a test last autumn. I had to learn about sort of patterns of lighthouses because I was learning how to sail.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, Heimir, did you study this Pharology before you started making the video?
No, I just listened to the music. I knew the concept, of course,
Okay.
but I decided to not to dig into Pharology or anything like that. But I just decided to go with the flow, kind of, just to try to work with the feeling in the music. And I usually use music for everything I do. My visual stuff, I started in music, and then I went into visuals. So music is kind of triggers everything I do. So it just kind of went with the feeling in the music.
I'm going to expose my ignorance and ask you, what was the last project you did before you did this? What have you been working on recently?
So I did a piece on Hallgrímskirkja, the glacier, where I did this macro photography of glacier examples. I went to Vatnajökull glacier, and I filmed the glaciers while they were melting. So inside the glacier, I got this beautiful thing, and I projected this piece on Hallgrímskirkja where you could see a glacier collapse, and I had an exhibition in Ásmundarsalur also connected to this concept. So that was kind of the last thing I did. So I just started working on my own 1.5 years ago. So I've been in. I'm kind of working in the. I've been working in media and video art and films. So that's kind of my and sound. It's kind of my background. So.
Yeah. I'll admit that I did see the piece on Hallgrímskirkja.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah. It's just, and these are quite sort of grandiose scapes, but it's interesting how you work like with the micro and the macro, and the juxtapositions between them.
This is more like I work with chemicals, and I use the reaction to make the movement in the. So with all kinds of, I use alcohol, ink, oil, whatever I can find to make some chemical reactions.
Now this piece was premiered last Saturday when we were doing this interview at Bíóparadís, and I've heard great things about it. I was sadly out of town, but where can we see this in the near future?
Well,
Yeah.
it is going to be premiered soon as just an online video art piece with a whole record.
Okay.
But our plans for the future, it would be really nice, and we're planning on having it as an art installation, just in a standalone venue where you can go into a black box with a really good screen and surround audio. So I think that's the most, that's the best venue to experience it, when it kind of when you can get immersed in the whole experience.
Okay.
We had it in Bíóparadís as a release party and just mark the kind of release of the album. But I think this piece can live for a long time as a standalone art piece, which is super exciting. And also with as we were talking about earlier, as a background to live performances.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just really looking forward to experimenting with different platforms for it, because Amiina has obviously been involved with so many different things throughout the years, and we really enjoy working on kind of between platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think this could be in an art museum as well as in a venue. I was just thinking the other day, it would be super cool to have it like a VR experience with goggles and just like
That's possible.
yeah. So we're just starting. I mean, it all happened really fast and super effortlessly, and so there was no kind of stress, but it just happened within 3 months, all of the making of the videos and putting it together. So we feel like we're just starting on a journey.
Fantastic. On that note, I'll thank you for coming and chatting telling me briefly about this very, very interesting collaboration. We'll publish any news we hear about where to see this piece in the near future. And I'm certainly myself looking forward to seeing it very much. So thank you again, and very good luck with all your endeavors.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.